Got any good books to read? I'm fed up with that Chrissy rabbiting on. She's mad.
Come on, Lizzie. This is a prison, not a lending library.
Oh.
Bea wants to know why the screws are on strike. Any ideas? First time the governor served us dinner. He must have nothing to do.
Come in.
Kitchen supplies.
Thank you.
How's things going?
From bad to worse, thanks to you.
I can't control the way the officers feel.
No, I suppose I was expecting too much to think that my deputy governor had backed me up.
Well, they have got a point. If you push the prisoners too far, it could end up with an officer getting hurt.
Oh, you mean they might try and push one of the officers off the roof?
Are you going?
Yes, I've had enough for tonight. Who's on night duty?
Maguire. I'll go and see if she's signed on yet.
Miss Bennett, do you agree with the other officers that a woman should run Wentworth?
Yes, I do.
Yes, of course you do. Anybody particular in mind?
Damn.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, this is a surprise.
Yes, I'm sorry to disturb you at home, Mrs. Davidson.
Not at all. Come in.
Thanks, I won't take up too much of your time.
What can I do for you?
Well, actually, it was a bit of advice that I was after.
Oh?
Yes, it's about the strike. I suppose you've heard about it.
Yes, I had heard.
Well, I was wondering if you might have any idea how I could make the officers see reason.
I'm sure they wouldn't strike without reason, Mr. Fletcher. Would you like a drink?
No, thanks.
Have you tried using a little tact?
No, kid glove treatment isn't the answer. The prisoners take advantage of it, and the officers are worse off. Anyway, as I understand it, lack of discipline was the reason I was sent to Wentworth in the first place.
We are talking about tact, Mr. Fletcher, not discipline or the lack of it. Anyway, a prison governor is only as effective as her staff will allow her to be. Occasionally, I didn't receive the support for which I'd hoped.
You mean Vera Bennett?
I didn't say that, Mr. Fletcher.
No, you didn't have to. I know what you mean.
Vera is a very ambitious woman. She's dedicated her life to the prison service. One day she'll be a governor.
Well, that day could be sooner than anyone thinks.
Well, that's your decision. It has nothing to do with me.
Then you have resigned.
I haven't confirmed it yet.
But you're going to?
I think so.
Stand another day without a shower.
Yes, it's going a bit far.
Oh, come on, screws! It's bloody unhygienic being cooped up in here. Let us out! Let us out! Let us out!
Shut up, Smith.
Let us out! Let us out!
Mr. Douglas? It's Jim Fletcher here. Yes, sir, I'm sure they'll be back today. Well, I'm prepared to concede some of their demands. No, it's not a case of backing down. I do have a few conditions. Yes, sir. Well, there is another thing. I no longer feel that I can continue on here as governor. Yes, sir, I realize that. But I'd be prepared to stay on as deputy governor. Vera Bennett. Well, no, sir. Perhaps not under those circumstances. Yes, I've made my decision. Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Well, have you got everything packed? Nighties, underwear, things like that?
Oh, yes, sort of.
Well, you better check and make sure. You better get a number of the taxi, too. We don't want to be leafing through the phone book when the time comes.
It's on a piece of paper in the kitchen. There's plenty of time. He's not due for 4 days yet.
Well, babies that age have no idea of the date. He might decide he's been in there long enough.
If he's anything like my baby brother, he'll decide to stay there a couple of weeks longer.
Still, we have to be prepared.
Well, Gran will be home tomorrow. At least I'll be home to welcome her.
Oh, yes. Do you know what time she gets out of hospital? I'll send a taxi to get her.
Oh, well, there's no need. Dr. Miller's offered to pick her up. Isn't he a nice man? I mean, he just takes such an interest in his patients.
Yes, he certainly does.
He's quite dishy, too, isn't he?
Judith Ann, I'm surprised at you. Any more pains?
Just now and then, but they're not regular.
Well, we'll head for the hospital when they're 20 minutes apart and getting stronger.
Oh, I'll be all right. Don't worry.
Sorry to interrupt your holiday like this, Erica.
Oh, don't worry, I'm getting used to it. Could I get you something? Coffee? Drink?
Oh, no, not for me, thank you. No, I was just wondering if you'd come to any firm decision about your resignation.
Yes, but I haven't confirmed it yet.
Oh. I had rather hoped that you decided against it. Now, Erica, if it's about the McNally business, I've already started a departmental inquiry.
No, it's not that at all. In all the years I've been at Wentworth, I don't seem to have been able to achieve anything. The same faces keep coming back, the same women causing the same trouble, the same wall to knock one's head against.
Well, that's hardly your fault. Surely that's the system itself. Now, you can't be expected to change that single-handed.
Thanks, Ted, but I think I'm the one who's due for the change.
A great pity. You're one of the best governors Wentworth had.
I'm sure you'll find someone else.
Jim Fletcher has resigned, too.
I thought perhaps he would.
He's prepared to stay on as deputy if you come back.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I can only hope that he's prepared to work under Vera Bennett. Oh, I'm going to be off.
Has the department decided on who they are appointing then?
No, Vera's the next in line. She's the most experienced officer available at the moment. I suppose it'll be offered to her.
Do you think she's suitable?
She's not my choice, but there again, it's not up to me.
Well, she won't follow the policies I adopted.
Well, of course not. But I think her forthright attitude will carry weight with the appointments committee.
There'll be trouble with the women.
Oh, bound to be. Bennett's never struck me as being overly sympathetic toward inmates. Erica, I wonder if I could have that drink now.
Yes, of course. What would you like?
Oh, whiskey would be fine. Oh, it's been a difficult week. Suppose it'll settle down eventually. Pity we're losing you, though. It's amazing the faith the departmental hierarchy place in the governor's recommendations. Thank you. Although I don't see Vera Bennett suggesting too many changes. A couple of paroles coming up next week. Unlucky for them. Still, you win a few, you lose a few, eh?
Good morning, ladies. Ready for another day in Mr. Fletcher's circus?
Morning. Everything back to normal?
Practically. B. Smith's been released. The women are to get their privileges back. And Chrissy Latham's to work in the workshop. She'll be kept out of your way as much as possible, Meg.
I hope so.
Miss Knox, you'll take D block. Miss Meadows, the maternity wing. And Miss Watson, you supervise the workshop. And make sure Chrissy Latham doesn't wander in and out as she pleases.
And where am I to go, Miss Bennett?
Look, Meg, I'm sorry about what happened.
I bet you are. I wouldn't be surprised if you planned this strike from the start.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Of course I wouldn't.
At least you could have warned me about Chrissy Latham.
I'm really sorry. But anyway, it's turned out for the best. Jim's resigned, and when I take over, I'll make it up to you.
You seem to be counting your unhatched chickens.
Miss Bennett, Mr. Fletcher.
Hello? Yes, Mr. Fletcher. Certainly. I'll come at once.